If you followed my blog at all, you know one of the things I talk about fairly often is the notion of unselling. And I still get a fair number of questions about, well, what do you mean by unselling? And I thought maybe the best way to make this come to life is to apply it to the business that I'm in. It's not all that uncommon that a VP of sales will call me from some part of the country and basically know that I'm in the sales training and sales coaching kind of a business and say, hey, I've got an event coming up in March and I've got 80 of my salespeople involved, and I'd really like to have you give me a proposal for you to come do training. And of course, what the reaction they're looking for and probably expecting in most cases is for me to sell them. In essence, to say, great, well, tell me again what you're trying to accomplish and how many people you have and when do you want a proposal? And that's what I call the classic selling approach. Well, here's the alternative. I call it unselling. And very often when I get that call, what I actually do on the phone is I say to the VP of sales, well, listen, first of all, I want you to know that I've been on your side of the table more than I've been on this side of the table. I've managed large sales organizations more than I've been a trainer. And based on that experience, I would tell you that there's a high probability that spending a bunch of money, in some cases hundreds of thousands of dollars, to do a training event in March may not be the best use of your money. And so before you make that decision, let me understand in more detail what it is you're trying to accomplish. Now, the reaction from the VP of sales may be one of surprise. It's like, wait a minute, I thought I called a sales training expert. Well, on one hand, that may be true. On the other hand, I don't want to have him buy training if in fact the problem has nothing to do with training. It may be that the caliber of people he has in the sales organization aren't the right people. It may be he doesn't have the right products. Perhaps they haven't even done their segmentation effectively to know what clients their salespeople ought to be calling on. So for all of those reasons, my point is, if I can stop and have what I call a small, polite confrontation to really understand what they're trying to get accomplished, the likelihood of this VP of sales and I having a good, open, honest dialogue goes up considerably. Just one little example of what unselling is all about. Don't be so quick to be a hammer looking for a nail. Hope that's helpful.